What is up, console superstars, and how are you all doing today? I am hoping you guys are all having, if not going to have, a terrific day and night, and it is game 1 of the World Series. We are at Fenway Park facing the Boston Red Sox, and we are about to put the beat down on Boston to get that ring on Derek Jeter's finger. But enough of the announcing. Let's go on and start this game. The starting pitchers are going to be David Price against Zach Greinke, and our pitching staff has been dominating so far, so we're just hoping that they could continue the domination. It looks like we are hitting number 2 in the lineup, and we are just going to be looking for a pitch inside the zone, basically, to drive. And right there we got a nice little fastball high, and we drive it out to the right fielder. But Mookie Betts is there to make the first out of the, well, not first out, but the second out of the inning. And let's continue on. So Jackie Bradley Jr. is up. They have a runner on first, so Xander Bogaerts is their leadoff hitter, so he's most likely on first base. We're looking to turn the double play over here. It's a not so hard hit line drive or ground ball towards me. It's going to be very difficult to turn the double play, and we do not end up turning the double play as Jackie Bradley Jr. reaches second base without, or first base. I don't know why I'm getting everything mixed up, but he reaches first base without a problem. And now Mookie Betts is hitting third in the lineup, and we're gonna dive to actually catch this. Even though there was actually no need to dive, we could have actually caught it without diving and actually would have probably ended up making the play. But enough of that. We are now hitting in the top of the third, 1 out, runner on second. We have a chance to actually drive in a run, and that's what we're looking forward to doing. We get an off-speed pitch right there. Don't know exactly what it was, but I know I swung very early. It was a changeup, and it's an 0-1 count now. He's most likely going to throw something around the strike zone again, and we were ready to hit. It was a fastball this time, but Xander Bogaerts is right there to make the diving catch. And basically there are 2 down, so that was a solid hit ball, but unfortunately it did not go anywhere out of the infield. And now Boston is winning 2-1 in the top of the 5th. David Price comes with the pitch. He throws a low fastball, and we hit it into the gap. That is most likely going to be a double, and it's a ground rule double as it goes into the bullpen. And we are in business as it's basically a 2-1 game with the runner on second base. And guess who's hitting for us? It's Paul Goldschmidt. He has a 3-0 count. There is 1 out, and a base hit will most likely score me, depending on how hard it is hit. The pitch comes. Does he have the green light? No, he does not, and he is walked anyways, so it does not really matter. Now hitting for us, the designated hitter, Edwin Encarnacion, and he is ready to basically hit a dinger over the Green Monster, which is what I'm hoping he does here. The pitch comes from David Price, and he hits a line drive into the outfield, and it's off the Green Monster. I am scoring to actually tie the game, and that is most likely a double by Edwin Encarnacion. And hopefully by our next appearance we are actually beating Boston, and we are winning now 3-2. The difficulty has been increased, and David Price is no longer in the game. So unfortunately for us, I love when a lefty is pitching to us, but unfortunately now they have a right-handed pitcher, so now it gets a little bit more difficult to hit. But I'm definitely up for the challenge. He throws us a fastball down low. Probably was a ball, but we love those low fastballs. And we get a base hit now. So we're 2 for 4 so far. And that's exactly how Derek Jeter needs to play, especially in the World Series. A 2-2 count to Paul Goldschmidt. It's most likely going to be a pitch he can handle. And the pitch comes, and he hits a ground ball towards the right field sign, but Dustin Pedroia is there to make the third and final out of the play. We are going to simulate towards our next appearance, and we are actually winning 5-4 now in the top of the 8th. This is a new pitcher. It's a reliever. He has 3 off-speed pitches and basically 1 fastball. The pitch comes, and it's a 4-seamer. We got a little bit jammed, and we were just late as well, so we only managed to foul tip it. The zone was also very under it, if you ask me. The second pitch of the at-bat comes, and it's a low fastball, one we would normally go after, but this time I decided to actually lay off. So he has thrown us 2 fastballs, no off-speed pitches yet, so we need to definitely be ready for that. That forked ball right there was probably the first off-speed pitch he threw to us, but it came at 89 miles per hour, so I don't know much about the speeds a forkball has, and he throws us a curveball right there, 75 miles per hour, completely catches us, and now it is a 2-2 count. 0 outs. We need to get on base, and we swing over the slider to actually strike out, and let's hope it does not come back to bite us. And now it's the top of the ninth, 2 outs, bases are loaded, and it's a lefty pitching, so you guys know what's about to happen, especially now that there's a lefty pitcher on the mound. He throws a slider that just hits the outside corner for a strike, so it's an 0-1 count with 2 outs. Bases are loaded still. We are looking to drive the ball. The pitch comes. It's a curveball this time in the dirt. Maybe if it is a pass ball or a wild pitch, we could get some insurance runs, but it doesn't matter because Derek Jeter is going to give you some insurance runs anyways, and he rips a line drive into the outfield. It hits off the green monster, and they're going to throw to second base, but Derek Jeter is already there with a 2 RBI double, and the Diamondbacks are up 7-4. Paul Goldschmidt has a 3-0 count. They're most likely intentionally walking him to face Edwin Encarnacion, who has already hit a RBI double, and right now he's gonna get the opportunity to actually hit with the bases loaded. That might be pretty dangerous because you never know what Edwin Encarnacion can do, especially with the power that Edwin Encarnacion has. The pitch comes and he strikes out for the final out of the inning, and now we are headed to the bottom of the ninth, and let's see if we get an appearance. Apparently the Boston Red Sox came all the way back in the ninth inning to actually take the game, and they lead the series 1-0. But without further ado, time for game number 2. Alright, time for game number 2. In the first game, we went 3 for 6. Now it's the top of the second. Boston is already winning 2-0, and it is a right-handed pitcher who throws a knuckleball right here. So we definitely need to wait on the pitch and just be ready to clobber it. And oh my, did we clobber that baseball. But it just went foul. It was actually good swing timing and everything. That could have been a dinger if maybe we would have just waited a little bit longer. And right now we just pop it up to the first baseman, which is, I don't even know who that is. That's actually Hanley Ramirez playing first. And usually they have Pedro Alvarez playing first, but I guess this time he might actually be DHing. And Blake Swihart is now hitting for Boston in the bottom of the second. 2 outs, 2 strikes. The pitch comes. It's a ground ball hit easily towards me. Jake Lamb gets the ball, and he shoots him out at first for the last out of this inning, and the side is retired. We are now going to the bottom of the third. Runners on the corners. Don't really know who's hitting. I think that is Hanley actually, and we have to turn 2. There is no question about it. If we do not turn 2, a runner scores, and we cannot put ourselves in that situation. I don't know if we'll actually turn it. Hopefully my arm is strong enough, and we end up actually turning the double play. So the inning is over, and Boston is held down to only 2 runs. Now the game is 1-2, so we are coming back. We are just looking to get a pitch inside the strike zone that we can drive, especially off a knuckleball. The pitch comes and we hit a line drive towards right field, but Mookie Betts' speed limits that to only being a single instead of actually going out there and being a double. Actually, that is not Mookie Betts out there. So it looks like that's Blake Swihart actually playing right field instead of Mookie Betts. So that makes me wonder, where is Mookie Betts playing at? We are stealing off of this pitcher. He's most likely throwing a knuckleball, and Jose Ramirez ends up striking out regardless. So it did not matter if we actually stole or not. We're getting another at-bat now. It is still the same pitcher on the mound, and it's a 2-2 game in the top of the 7th with 0 outs. The pitch comes, it's a knuckleball, and we foul tip it behind us for the first strike. We need to at least take 1 game away from Boston at home because it is very difficult to go 2-0 in the opening of the World Series, basically. So it's a 1-1 count now. We're just looking for a knuckleball that we could hit. We actually get a fastball, and we swing just late because we were expecting a knuckleball to actually drop down, but it doesn't matter. The next pitch comes, it's a knuckleball, and we hit a ground ball. I believe Sander Bogarts is there, and he makes the out. So he retires us with not too much of a problem. And let's see our next appearance. Our next appearance is in the bottom of the 7th. 1-2 count. Pablo Sandoval is hitting. 2-2 game, 2 outs. The pitch comes from Patrick Corbin, who is still pitching. I got that, not you, Patrick. And Pablo Sandoval is not that quick anyway, so we don't have to really worry about charging the ball too much over here, and let's just hope to get another at bat and have a chance to impact the game. So top of the 10th, it's a 2-2 game still, and we need to get on base. We get on base, we give our team an opportunity to basically drive us in, and that's what we need to do. We get a low slider that we swing at and we miss, so it's a 0-1 count now. Just looking to maybe get a pitch to hit, something that we can handle inside the strike zone. 0-1 count. The next pitch comes. It's actually a sinker, but that's a little bit too inside for our likings. This guy does not throw a fastball, so we are definitely not even waiting on a fastball over here. The pitch comes. It's a sinker again, and we hit it to Sander Bogarts, and he's there to make the play. So unfortunately, there is not much we have done today but ground out to the shortstop. But now we are actually winning 5-2 in the top of the 11th with the runner on first. So we look like we are in a good position to actually win this game, but you never know. Last game we were winning by 3 runs in the last inning, and they managed to come up and hit 4 runs in to actually win the game. We swing terribly late on a fastball and just completely miss it, and right now it's a 1-1 count, 11th inning, 1 out. The next pitch comes and we drive that ball deep into the outfield. Could that be out of here? No, it's a ground rule double. So we have runners on second and third, and that's a pretty clutch base hit because it can definitely blow the game out of proportion and most likely enable us to the win. Now they are going to walk Jose Ramirez here, and the reason for that is they want to load up the bases to force the out anywhere and basically be able to actually make a double play. Brandon Drury is hitting for us now. It's an 0-2 count with 1 out. Runners are going on anything basically, and he hits a fly ball deep into the outfield. It looks like that is Blake Swihart still. We're going to be going to third base right now, and he's safe at home without a problem. So now we are winning by 4 runs, and we are feeling good right now. Nick Hundley is now hitting, who was one of the most valuable players in the beginning of the postseason because he was just hitting dingers left and right. Let's see if he can do anything right now, and he takes a strike for the first strike of his at-bat. It's an 0-1 count, 2 outs, top of the 11th. We are winning 6-2, looking to actually take this game away from Boston. He hits a chopper right back up to the pitcher, and he makes the final out of the inning. But let's see if we actually end up with the victory at the end of the day, and we actually do. So we tied the series 1-1, and we are heading home to play in the Arizona Diamondbacks home field. So if you guys are ready to see us win a championship at home, make sure you guys thumbs up the video. If you haven't subscribed to join the console superstars already, make sure you do by hitting that subscribe button. As you can see, Edwin Encarnacion hit 2 dingers basically for us, and that is great. But as always, have a great day and night. Stay positive, keep smiling, keep grinding, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace out, console superstars.